What's up, people? I do not want this. It's gonna stay over there. I keep forgetting to take pictures of this shit. Every night I come in and I'm like, you know what? I forgot to take a fucking picture of my dadgum dinner. My ice cream. So we're not forgetting this time, motherfuckers. Boom. Ice cream for dinner. Not breakfast. Usually it's for breakfast. This time it's not for breakfast. How am I going to do this? How am I going to do this? That's not a good picture. I need better light. That's what I need. I need the Jesus Calling book. Bam. Bam. Flip it around. Hit the video. Hit the video. I don't know. Can you even see that shit in there? I'm in my car. There's no fucking lights. Well, that's not too bad. All right. What up, everybody? What up? Ready for some dab and devotional? I know I am. It has been a hell of a day. Hell of a day. Welcome to everybody that's joining in right now. Grab my supplies, my dab supplies. But I gotta hide this shit from the internet because Meta and YouTube get all bent out of shape when I consume on the internet. That's all right. That's all right. We'll make sure that we are within community guidelines. Man, fuck the community guidelines. Fuck the community guidelines. Put that in the chat. Hey, I got the camera flipped around right now, so I'm not reading the chat right now. But the reason I'm not reading the chat is because you guys don't screw me up. I get screwed up. I get distracted. I lose my train of thought, and I'm not able to fucking perform at the standard that I want to perform for you guys. Because this time right here that we have together is really important, at least for me. Towards the end of the day today, I've really wanted to do some bad shit, and that's not good. That's why we're here right now, is to stay accountable to ourselves and to the path that God has for us so that we don't do bad shit. So welcome to Dab and Devotional, where we get and talk to God, and we don't text our ex. That's the thing that we were talking about last week. We talk to God, not our ex. No matter how bad you want to. All right, but I gotta hide this. I gotta hide my activity here because the good people at YouTube don't quite care for it when I consume on live. So I've been doing this and they can't tell what I'm doing, which is amazing. Thank goodness the book hides it. Come on, man. This little thing has been bothering me. Stay in there. Get in your home. Get in your home. All right, here we go. What is going on? Why am I blocked? Why am I blocked? What's going on? Whoops, there we go. Just a little clogged. All right, you can't see this. Well, welcome to Dab and Devotional, everybody. That was a weird intro. My name is Daniel Coffeen. I've screwed up a lot of shit in my life. I got 2 divorces, a kid I don't see, and at times I've been walking down the path that God has for me. Other times I've been doing whatever the fuck I want. And right now, we're at one of those times where I'm actually walking down the path and doing the things that I'm supposed to be doing, even though it's really fucking hard. Like right now, I'm in a very interesting situation where I'm on vacation-esque, visiting my kid, and yeah, things are definitely not the way that I want them to be, but I made a lot of decisions in my life that I now have to face the repercussions of those decisions, and it's been a challenge. It has been a challenge that I've had to go through. And I don't like going through the challenge. I don't like going through the trials and the tribulations that are involved with all those decisions that I made and all those repercussions that I have. But God damn it, I made the decisions and I got to live with them. And so now this right here is me trying to stay accountable, trying to make sure that I am walking down the path. Oh God, I'm not screwing shit up. It's quite challenging at times. God damn it. This is such a good dab rig, except when it fucking does that. Stay put, motherfucker. Lose my shit. I'm gonna lose it. But we're all having fun. We're all having fun. We're gonna sit that there right now. Okay, this is the Jesus Calling book. It's written by Sarah Young, who is a chick. And so I'm gonna read through this thing, and it takes me a little bit to kind of decipher all the chick language and get it into like guy language. So I have to read it a few times. If there are some things that I screw up, please put them in the chat. I will read the chat at the end. If you stay till the end, I will go through the entire chat. I'll talk with you guys as long as you want. But during this time, I don't read the chat because it gets me sidetracked. I'll try to get better at that. But right now, I just like to stay focused on the word and trying to get the best message to you guys as possible. Gonna hide this. You don't know what I'm doing. You don't know what I'm doing, YouTube. You have no clue what that is. That's just a fucking lava lamp. All right, here we go. I already don't like the first sentence. It's already very chick-like. I don't know why there's water on that. It's already very, very chick-like. Hold my hand and walk joyously with me through this day. All right. Hold my hand. This is a Ninja Creamy, by the way. Hold my hand and walk joyously with me through this day. All right, so like I said, oh God, this is soup. This fucking summer heat, even at 10:15 at night, it's 102 degrees. 102 degrees. You've got to be kidding me. Well, we have soup. We have chocolate soup and strawberries. And, of course, rice cakes. Pretty damn good. All right, so hold my hand. Walk joyously with me through this day. So there is a good thing, there is one thing I do like about the Bible, now that I've had a kid, is the father-child relationship. I'm kind of getting it. It's taken me a while, but I'm seeing the parallels between what God says in the book to us. He's the father, we're the child. And then actually like being a father with a child. Like, you really like it when they hold your hand. And like, you know, they're like, can I come with you? Like blah blah blah, like that childlike innocence, right? It's like very cute. It's very infectious. So it's kind of weird to think of that as an adult, but that's kind of the idea here, is like you want to be like a kid holding God's hand as you walk through the day. Like, all right, I'm safe. I'm going in the right direction, right? Together we will savor the pleasures and endure the difficulties the day, brings. So we're holding God's hand, and he's saying together we're going to go through the good parts of the day and the difficult parts of the day. Okay. That makes sense. And I bet it's going to say something along the lines of, I haven't read this, by the way. It's very easy to acknowledge God when you're going through the pleasant parts of the day. Very challenging to acknowledge God or let him lead you in the difficult parts of the day. Like when I typically do these, mid-afternoon. We're going to start doing these at 4:20 p.m., by the way, because obviously 4:20. But I like doing them in the afternoon because in the afternoon, that's when I typically like start getting frustrated or anxious or whatever. It's like mid-afternoon, evening, I don't know why. I get a little slump in there. And then typically that's when I'll do bad shit also. I'm trying not to do bad shit. I'm trying to protect myself from myself by doing things like this. Be on the lookout for everything that I've prepared for you. Be on the lookout for everything that I've prepared for you. Be on the lookout. Okay, so that's like an active process. You're alert, you're aware. Be on the lookout for everything I have prepared for you. Stunning scenery, bracing winds of adventure, cozy nooks for resting when you are weary, and much more. Okay. So we get stunning scenery, that's like beauty, right? Stunning scenery. It could be a place, a person, a thing. You get to experience beauty. That's a good feeling, I guess. Bracing winds of adventure. A wind. A wind of adventure. What does that mean? Wind of adventure. Like the wind starts real fast and then stops. Or gets all crazy. Fucking tornadoes. I am terrified of tornadoes, by the way. Fuck tornadoes. I will never live in a state where there's tornadoes. Are there tornadoes in other countries? I never hear about them. I don't hear about tornadoes in this fucking country. When's the last time you heard about a tornado in Germany? Never. Canada? Never. Is it only here? I can't be. There's no way I'm right on that. Somebody correct me. There's got to be fucking tornadoes somewhere else. But, yeah, like Kansas or some shit? Fuck that. You'll never catch me fucking dead in Kansas. Only thing stopping a tornado in Kansas is the fucking barbed wire fence. Ha! Fuck Kansas. I don't even think I've ever been there. I'm sure you guys are great. Sorry. Go Jayhawks. Okay. Cozy nooks for resting when you are weary. So you get awesome scenery, adventure, coziness. I guess coziness is kind of a cool feeling. And then it just says, and much more. Kind of dies out there. And much more. Okay. Still fucking confused. Still fucking confused. Oh yeah, by the way, hopefully you guys don't think I'm like a subject matter expert on this. I know just as much as you guys, which is fucking nothing. I am your guide, as well as your constant companion. All right, give me something else here. This is kind of weak. Come on, let's get to the punchline here. I'm your constant companion. I'm your guide. I got it. Yes, we hold your hand. We got the cord of heaven attached to our head so we can see where we're going. We've talked about that previously. I know every step of the journey ahead of you, all the way to heaven. Yeah, all this shit's predetermined, right? And we all have to go through this story where we have like all these successes and all these losses and all these challenges. It's like we're all playing the same fucking game. Who can stay true to themselves? Who can stay consistent with their spiritual integrity? That was well said. Right? Who can maintain the discipline of following all the rules and realizing that the rules are put in place to protect yourself from yourself? I'm starting to get it. The book is filled with a whole bunch of fucking stories of like people fucking shit up and then them getting punished or whatever. Like you read the stories because they're history, and history repeats itself. So it's like this whole thing's like a big book of what fucking not to do. They just say it in different ways. So we're going to go through this whole life. We hold on to God's hand. We stay connected to the core. God's the anchor. Talked about that. God's the anchor. We're the boat. How short are you going to let your, how short or how long are you going to get your rope? Are you, Jesus Christ. God is the anchor. You're the boat. And the rope in between you is like how close you're willing to get to God. And then like you're God. It's all God. So we're all just playing this same fucking video game. And we probably all end up in the same place anyway. That's probably the sick fucking joke. I guarantee it, that's the joke. At the end, after you die, I don't know what the fuck happens, but I bet you're going to realize, like, we're all going to end up here anyway, no matter what. I think we all just end up in this at the same spot. I am a little weirded out by dying, though. I'm very weirded out by dying. It's going to be so weird. It's going to be so weird to die. That UFC fighter just had a heart attack in his sleep. Dude, luckiest dude alive. Okay. That didn't make any sense, but you know what I mean. He went to sleep as a professional fucking UFC fighter on TV, and then he just doesn't wake up. No pain. No fucking 5-year coma. And then he wakes up and he's a fucking shell of himself. That's what I'm afraid of. I'm afraid I'm going to go to sleep tomorrow. My life's going great. And I'm going to wake up 30 years from now or some shit. And I've been on a feeding tube. "30 years" was extravagant. Maybe like 30 months. I don't know. I'm just fucking weirded out by dying. Really weirded out. Like I want to think about it, but then I don't want to think about it at the same time. Anyway, rest in peace, UFC fighter guy. I don't even know your name, dude. I'm sorry. But you got fucking lucky. All right, let's keep going. You do not have to choose between staying close to me and staying on course. Now we're talking. Now you're talking my language. Here's some action shit. You don't have to choose between staying close to me or staying on course. I didn't think I had to. Am I understanding that correctly? I didn't think I had to choose between staying close to me and staying on course. I've always kind of known, maybe just because of the way I was raised, my family wasn't super religious or anything, but you just kind of know that, like, there's God. Everyone talks about it. It's just like this person that's like watching all the shit. And we're all on earth trying not to piss off God. So I've always known you're supposed to, like, keep the rope short, you know? I haven't. I've let the rope go really, really far. Like, super far. I just didn't care. So you don't have to choose between staying close to me and staying on course. Since I am the way, staying close to me is staying on course. Yeah, duh. I just said that. Since I am the, sorry. I nail it. Getting cold in here. Oh, it's getting cold in here. I nail, like, what's coming next, and then I fucking can't read the next sentence. As you focus your thoughts on me, I will guide you carefully along today's journey. As you focus your thoughts on me, I will guide you. God, why can't I read? As you focus your thoughts on me, I will guide you through. I will guide you carefully along today's journey. If you're new here, we learned early on that if you want to figure out what you're supposed to do now and next, you have to ask God. It's pretty fucking easy. At least what I'm saying, like what what you're supposed to do is pretty fucking easy. Doing it is not easy. But what you're supposed to do is, like, pretty simple. So if you're like anxious, or you're unsure of something, or you need to make a decision on something, you're not supposed to, like, call other people or chat GPT it. If you really want to know the answer, you're supposed to ask God. And you ask God by getting silent. And the answer doesn't come as quite as fast. You guys are all going to think I'm fucking autistic. That's not even the right word. However, the answer of what to do now and next does not come as fast as ChatGPT will. However, the answer will be much better than ChatGPT, because it will come from God, not the God we're trying to build. Different story, different time. AI is really cool, though. You can't get the microchip, guys, though. That's where you got to draw the line. With the Neuralink thing, I don't think that's a good idea. I'm not sure that's a good idea. I don't know if I want a microchip in me. At least one that somebody can control. Now, I'm not feeling that. Okay, let's keep going. So, yeah, if you want to know what to do now and next, you have to ask God by getting silent, and then you'll get the message of what to do now, and then you have to do the thing now. That's another part that you can't skip, right? So you get silent, you figure out what the thing is you have to do now, because you'll get an overwhelming feeling of what it is, and then you have to go and do the fucking thing. If you don't do the fucking thing, then you can't figure out what is you're supposed to do next, and you kind of waste your time. So that's what you do, and that's what he's saying here. As you focus your thoughts on me, I'll get you through the day. And in yesterday's devotional, it said if you want to be able to wield the power of words, if you want to be able to have the great power of your words to be able to bless people or hurt people, you have to ask God to give you the right words to say. Literally, it's what it says. So all this shit's like really elementary. Do not worry about what is around the next bend. There you go. That's just like a frilly way of saying, don't worry about the next. Only worry about the now. Don't worry at all, actually, but be concerned with the now, not the next. Because what's next doesn't fucking matter. It doesn't matter, because you can't get to next if you don't do now. And if you're focused on next, then by default, there's no way you're totally focused on now. That's how it messes you up. It messes you up if you take your eye off the ball. So do not worry about what is around the bend. Just concentrate on enjoying my presence and staying in step with me. Enjoying my presence. I don't feel like I enjoy God's presence as much as, this is going to sound horrible, I'm more annoyed with God's presence most of the time. Anyone else? Anyone else in that camp? Like, God is kind of inconvenient to my life at times. Like, there's shit I want to do, but I can't because fucking God is going to see it, you know? And so why do I feel that way? I don't know. I guess it's because I believe in fucking God. Maybe. But like, I'm God, you're God, everything that's created is God. And there's a lot of things I want to do in my life before I die. And that kind of bugs me. Like, I'm thinking of this one example right now, very specific. I don't know if I want to say it, but maybe I will. Just for transparency here. And hopefully I don't have enough viewers for this to actually make it too many times onto the internet. But I don't think I'm going to get in trouble from God if I say this, but I can't believe I'm going to say this on the internet. All right. Check my math on this. But I have been quite curious about what it would be like to be with a I can't even say it. All right, reset. Okay. Maybe I'm not supposed to say it. Okay, I think I can say it. I've always wondered what it would be like to be with a black girl, like a black chick. But I probably would never like marry a black person because I'm just not really attracted to them. Like it's not my type. And I don't know. I don't know, just like not. I'm not into that. But I've still wondered. But you can't have sex unless you're married, which I'm doing good on. But I probably wouldn't get married, so then I would never know. And so now I live my whole life not knowing. It's like not going to the Grand Canyon or something. Bad example. Sounded better in my head. Thank God no one's going to clip that. Okay. Now we read the chat. But before we do that, quick little summary. Hold my hand and walk joyously with me through the day. Together we will savor the pleasures and endure the difficulties it brings. Be on the lookout for everything that I've prepared for you. Stunning scenery, bracing winds, cozy nooks for resting when you're weary, and much more. I am your guide, as well as your constant companion. I know every step of the journey ahead of you, all the way to heaven. I don't think I read that part before. Whoops. You don't have to choose between staying close to me and staying on course. Since I am the way, staying close to me is staying on course. As you focus your thoughts on me, I will guide you carefully along today's journey. Don't worry about what is around the next bend. Just concentrate on enjoying my presence and staying in step with me. Yeah, I kind of got hung up on the enjoying God's presence thing. Like, yeah, sometimes it feels like it's more of an annoyance than enjoyment. So, obviously, I got to fucking fix that. And then staying in step with me is, I don't know, I was just thinking, when I was in the Army, when we would march in formation, like, you have to stay in step so that the formation looks good. Yeah. But that's that. Ah! Not as bad as last time. Where's my light? There it is. All right, let me flip around the chat. We'll chat for a minute, and then I gotta go to bed. Hold on. Turn that on. Good. Put that there. All right, I'm gonna turn this bitch around. Whoop. What up? What up? Just say it. I know, dude. That was probably so fucking cringe. I also don't like black chicks. Dylan, what up? What up? All right, you guys made me feel better. Bean Crash says I love black chicks. Yeah, I've always wondered, but I don't think it's gonna happen. I don't think it's gonna happen. Pretty disappointed. All right, what else is up? Oh, I didn't even tell you guys the best part of my fucking day. Well, you might have seen it on Instagram. I did a bro workout today with a bunch of kids that literally just graduated from high school. It was awesome. It was so cool. I walked into the gym and they had recognized me a couple days ago, and like I dapped them up and stuff, and but then I saw them again today, and I was having kind of a fucking shitty, anxious afternoon for whatever reason. And I did this meditation breathing, and I was like trying to do the now, and the next thing. And the now, I got the now is go to the fucking gym. And I was like, all right, I can go to the fucking gym. And so I went to the gym, and I walked into the locker room, and all these kids are in there fucking just chugging pre-workout. Like fucking dry scooping it. And they're talking about how much their face itches and blah, 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 blah. And they're like, yo, you want to bench with us? And I was like, ugh. I without hesitation said, yeah, I might as well. But in my mind, I was like, oh, fuck. I am so weak at the bench press, guys. I loathe the bench press. And as an 18-year-old kid, I know it's their favorite thing to do. They're in there bench pressing fucking 3 days a week, they told me. And they're all trying to get up to 405. One of the guys has done it once. One guy hit 315 today. They just go so fucking heavy. And it's just an all-out effort of just pushing the weight up. And they were like, how much do you do? And I was like, I'm not going over 225. And I didn't. I was proud of myself. I did not go over 225. I did like 4 sets of 8. And even that was fucking hard. I'm not a bench presser. I'm going to be so fucking sore tomorrow. But it was hilarious. We were all just standing there, and they were just telling me about, I don't know, just current shit that 18-year-olds talk about. And they're all really nice to each other. That was cool. They're all really nice to each other. They're all like super encouraging. And there's way too many people rotating in on the bench, but like we basically didn't do a whole lot of other stuff. It was just straight up pressing. But yeah, it was super fun. That was the thing that took all my anxiety away. It was cool. It literally took me back to when I was in high school. Like, just, I imagine that's what it was like lifting with my buddies. Just the worst form. Just the worst form. But they were just feeling themselves, man. I mean, some of them had some good form. But there was definitely some, like, you know, when they go super heavy, they're like, it's just like, oh, it's like watching a fucking car accident. But yeah, that was good. Those are my people. I don't know why so many of the, like, that age group, like 19 to 22, that's like the people that I have the most, they're like my majority of followers. And it's always kind of been like that. Even when I was in the Army. When I was in the Army, I was, me and the E4 Mafia were like, boom. Especially when I was a captain. Like, I knew where to find the E4 Mafia. I knew where they were at. I knew how to access them. I knew how to get men on the inside. And I used them for a lot of good. And evil as well. I gotta take my sleeping pills. All right. How we doing? Oh, CQ. Fuck that. Oh my god. Yeah, that sucks. Oh, all right. You got the package and the book. Right on. The bracelet was shitty. I gave up on that. I thought that was going to be something that I wanted to do. Like, I thought that was going to be like a potential hobby of mine, which is like making bracelets. I thought that was going to be a good idea, and it was fucking terrible. Let's see. There was a good question up here. What was it? It was something about dabs. I'm having trouble here. Come on, where's it at? The UK has the most annual tornadoes. Oh, I did not know that. Yeah, fuck that place then. Where was it, the question? Dude, I'm sorry. Bash up. Good morning, dear sir. Can you describe to me how it feels to take a dab hit? That was the question I was looking for. Yeah, I could explain that to you. It's kind of like, what was it like? Taking a dab is a lot less intimidating than I originally thought. But however, I've only done a dab through an electronic device. I've never done a dab with like the torch and all of the different glass thingy majigs. Actually, that's not true. I have done that at a dab bar. I take that back. But that I feel like with the torch and the little glass ball that like shoots around. I don't even know how to fucking operate one of those things. I don't even have one. I don't even know how it would work, and I don't care. But that kind of makes it look like you're a fucking crackhead, and because of just like all the elements of that, yeah, you look like a fucking crackhead. But it's like supposed to be like more like, what's the word, elegant. That's probably a good word. Like taking a dab is more like elegant than smoking a joint or something, I guess, like on the hierarchy of like how do you consume the fucking things. But it kind of feels like you're sipping a glass of whiskey or bourbon or some shit like that. Like it's like highly concentrated, and you're just supposed to take like little sips out of it, and you're supposed to enjoy it and taste all the flavors. I get like people do that with like wine and whiskey and shit. I can't fucking do that. I think it's disgusting. But that's like the best. I think that's like the best comparison. It's like you're supposed to like sip it, and I don't know. I just fucking ripped the thing out of there. Nice. AAMs in the chat there. Dylan got 3 AAMs. So that's 3 bronze oak leaf clusters. Something like that. And then after 4 AAMs, you get like silver oak leaf clusters. The awards, I literally had a mini panic attack every time I had to wear my Class A's. I was always fucking something up on that thing. My military discipline in the service uniform was ass. Oh my God, it was ass. I would fucking barely measure any of my shit. I would just basically try to like not go to work on the days we had to do like payday activities or whatever the fuck that was. The Navy does a good job about that. I lived with two Navy people and they like loved wearing their service uniforms. I wanted to fucking die every time I wore that thing. It was just so uncomfortable. I never understood why the military had to wear uniforms that were like dress uniforms, like dress clothes. That never made any fucking sense to me. Ever. Like, what the fuck am I going to do in these things? Right? You don't fight in them. You don't fucking do your job in them. It's the weirdest fucking thing. It doesn't make any sense. So I rebelled on the class A's, the class B's, the class whatever the fucks. And they were this weird blue shit. Now they're back to fucking normal. The military got fucking weird there with their uniforms for a while. The Navy, it looked like the Navy had these weird blue fucking uniforms. The Army had these shitty ACU uniforms that looked like fucking nothing. Our service uniforms were fucking blue. It was we like went to we like went from green to blue, and it was like supposed to represent like the Civil War or something, and then they immediately went back to green. So stupid. Like and there's fucking general officers that are fucking in meetings spending millions of dollars on that shit. Oh, I think we should make our uniforms fucking blue. Idiots. What do we got? What do we got here? The Terps taste better. Yeah, see. Yeah. Jared knows what he's talking about. What are we doing? What do they got? Yeah. How did we talk about that? Oh, yeah, your AAMs. Dude, the second I got out of the Army, I sold all of my uniforms to a military surplus store for like $60 and a Ranger sticker that they had at the cashier. I get the little checkout thing. I wanted to forget that part of my life so fast. I don't know why. I really don't know where it shifted. Well, I do know where it shifted. Yep, I do know where it shifted. I got selected to go to Special Forces selection. So I didn't get selected to go be a Special Forces officer. I got selected to go to the selection where you have to go try out. And I didn't go. And I didn't go because the person I was in an intimate relationship with at the time didn't want me to go do that and wanted me to instead and I had a big part to play in this. We were going to be stationed together, and if I went and did the Special Forces selection, and I got selected, then we wouldn't be stationed together because I would have to go to North Carolina and she would be in Texas. And she was like, she convinced me. She didn't convince me. I made the decision, but I forwent an opportunity that I worked really hard for, because you have to try out for the tryout, and I put a lot of effort into that, and you have to like put a packet together, and like it's a fucking big process. And I put all my effort into it, and I got in, and then I didn't even fucking go. I didn't even go. I went to Texas instead, and and that's when I started my YouTube channel. And that was really fun, and that filled that void a lot of like doing something cool. And I didn't even realize how successful that I was at YouTube with like right off the bat. That was insane. Like it was like I uploaded like I don't know, maybe like 10 videos before I had one hit like 75,000 views, 200,000. I was fucking crushing. And I was even getting paid, and I just quit. And I quit because I broke up with that chick. So I didn't go to selection because of that chick. I didn't continue my YouTube channel because of that chick, and I'm not saying it's because of her, but like that was the reason. Wasn't her fault; it was my decision. But you get what I'm saying. Yeah, I didn't do a lot of things in my life because of what somebody else wanted me to do. And that is very frustrating. But I'm glad I figured it out early, because I ain't fucking doing that again. I do not a chance. I'm like mad now. I'm like, nah, no more. I'm glad I'm not still in the military though. Fuck that. Sorry, Dylan. But I'm out. Alright, I gotta go to bed, y'all. I have tomorrow off and Friday off because today's CQ. Last Saturday I did CQ. Oh, nice. So you have a 4-day. Yeah, you have a 4-day. That's cool. What are you gonna do? You should try to. You know, I told those kids today. I don't know if you can do this. Maybe you could. I don't know. But I asked them like what they were gonna do for money, because they're gonna go to. One of them's gonna go to ASU. Another one's gonna go to NAU. 2 Arizona universities. And I was like, what do you guys do for money? And they're like, one kid's like, I'm going to work at GNC. And the other guy said he has a job. He's going to work at a Mexican food restaurant. And I was like, damn. I was like, you know what I would do if I was 18? They didn't even ask, but I told them anyway. And I was like, I wouldn't go to college, and I would not get a job. This is what I would do if I was 18 years old right now. I just graduated high school. I would go find somebody doing exactly what I want to do. Exactly what I want to do. In my local area, so I don't have to fucking move anywhere. And then I would go work for them for free. And they looked at me fucking sideways. And they were like, for free? And I was like, for free. And go be their best fucking worker. Go be their best fucking worker. Go make coffee. Go make copies. Whatever. Fucking be the hey you guy. You spend a month being the hey you guy around somebody that like does exactly what you want to do. They're gonna start sharing information with you. They're gonna start putting opportunities in front of you. They're going to start introducing you to people that you would never have fucking ever be introduced to if you're just working at GNC and going to college. And your life will change way faster in 6 months working for somebody that's doing exactly what you want to do at a high level for free than going to college and getting a job for 6 months. 6 months working for someone else for free versus 6 months going to college and working at GNC. You got to take the first one every fucking time. Like, there is, in no fucking situation would going to college for one semester and working at GNC and fucking drinking your ass off in the dorms would ever result in a greater, like, I don't know, a greater net positive for your life than going and working for somebody who's doing exactly what you want to do in the future at a high level already and working for them for free. That's a good point to close on. So if you're any years old right now, you can do that. You don't have to be just 18. You can go work. I probably should do that. I should probably go fucking work for Alex Hormozy for free. Actually, that would be a good fucking YouTube series. I went and worked for Alex Hormozy for 30 days for free. And this is what I learned. I bet I would make more fucking money doing that than I'm making right now. I bet if I went and worked for Alex Hormozy for 30 days for free, 8 hours a day, 8 to 5, I bet I would fucking make more money during that time than I am right now. I bet I would. I have a friend who knows him. I wonder if I could access that. And we live in the same fucking town. I would go work for him for free, 8 to 5 every day, or whatever fucking hours he wants me to work, like a job. And I bet my business will make more money. I bet we'll do our best month ever. Our best month ever was $166,000. I bet if I go do that, we'll beat our best month ever. I don't think this is a manic thought. Did I take my sleeping pills? Speaking of mania, did I take my fucking quetiapine Seroquel? I think I did. Seroquel is a shit, by the way. Okay. That's it for the night. Hope you guys have a good night. Hope you learned something tonight. This is not going to be good for my REM sleep. All right, boys. Good night. Tomorrow I only have my medical brief for Ranger School physics. Ranger School physics. Holy shit. They make you do physics now? Yeah, Ranger School physical. Yeah. That's going to be cool, man. I hope you don't have to go in the... I hope you do have to go to Ranger School in the winter. Because you're from Alaska and you would actually probably thrive. I would have died. There's been no way. Some of the guys that recycled that were in my class or had been before told me about mountains in the winter. And I was just like, no, that ain't gonna happen. That dog ain't gonna hunt. But all right, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Later.